Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Richawd back with another video. If you can relate, everything seems to have lost its spark. Like everything doesn't seem, everything seems watered down. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, bro. Like the music, the entertainment. You know, things that I would say about 10 years ago. If we can rewind to about 2016. You know, life just felt so much more colorful, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, bro, from the video games to the entertainment to the woman to just life and culture. Just maybe because the veil wasn't lifted like it was or like it is now. We were a lot dumber. At least for me, 10 years ago I was a lot dumber. So that was one thing, but it's like the world just seems so, unpredictable and free flowing. It was so many different aspects, different personalities being brought to the table, so many new and different dynamic things being brought to the table around that time. And it seems like since 2020, bro, the world has just become dark. Like the color is faded. It's like Grand Theft Auto 4. A very gloomy scene. It's not colorful like Vice City or like GTA 5. It's real gloomy and doomy. The energy, the vibe to the world feels that way. More people are antisocial. Less people are out enjoying life. Less dudes are out enjoying life. Less people are out enjoying life, bro. There's a disconnect between many men and women, far as gender roles and what the desires of each person. You got women with their desires and you got men with their desires, and it seems to just be a conflict, and just the whole aspect of dating seems watered down. It's like it used to be a thrill. Like, you would get into something with a girl and like, she'll be a little different and shit, for the most part. Like, it'll be an experience. And it's like, after you deal with so many females these days, it's like you're getting the same record every time. You know what I'm saying? Just a different color, just a different female. She looks a little different. But when you get to the bottom of it in their personalities, bro, they're all, watered down and they're all watered down and brainwashed with this bullshit, bro. It's so it's making the dating market difficult because you have these women, that feel that they should be worshipped just for what they bring to the table, which is their box. And their box is a very valuable asset, as we can see from the from the working girls business, from OnlyFans on. It's a lot of money to the woman's box. And nowadays, it's become so powerful. It's become so desired by men. It's literally a price on it, hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, depending on who you're talking about for it, bro. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised at who's tricking off on who, bro. But it's a reason why so many of these women are for sale, bro. A lot of these, wealthy people, bro. They wealthy, successful, may got a wife, 4 kids, tricking off. It's just what it is, bro. So I think tricking is really what has watered down the dating game, because now it's changed the mindset of women to be tricked on. When before, that wasn't just the mindset for a woman. They was actually looking for a dude that they like and trying to build a bond. And I'm not saying there's no woman out there like that, but I'm just saying the majority is not like that no more. The majority of women are very self-centered, very narcissistic. It's all about them. It's all about what they want. It's all about their desires. And they become very cold-hearted and evil in spirit. You know what I'm saying? Looking at, men not as, a partner, but, as an object to be used. To me, that's very shallow and evil. And that's what you got out here. You got women that want to, run rotations and use different guys for different things. They got the rich boyfriend, they got the broke boyfriend, they got the work boyfriend, they got the store boyfriend, they got the library boyfriend, a boyfriend for whatever they need. They got the beach boyfriend, they got the travel the world boyfriend, whoever's gonna bring a different aspect to my life, right? They got the pay the light bill boyfriend if they down bad. But women have seen that you can just tree branch off different men and, say you get one of them pregnant, and they got some money, or say you get a few of them pregnant and they got some money. See, women see that they can just tree branch off of tricks. See, like I said, tricking is what is thrown off the culture. So now you see the majority of women, they see these other women and they may think to themselves, I'm prettier than her, I'm finer than her, or I'm just as pretty as her, I'm just as fine as her. I should be able to do what she's doing. It's a lot of women, they made their lifestyle off their looks, Like I said, that's the price that men have put on it, So because of tricking, dating is watered down. I kind of really have to get into that because, that's a passionate thing that hits home, just dealing with dating women out here. It's like you get them all with the same mindset, and it's like you want to go into it, or you try to go into it righteously, but then you realize, like, bro, this ain't a righteous game. The game ain't righteous, bro. You know what I'm saying? The game is lustful. Lust is more your demonic side. You know what I'm saying? It's not righteous to be lustful. So, a lot of what we're dealing out here with is not love, it's lust. People aren't looking to build a connection. People are looking to either, get some lust off or to use you for something. You got users in some type of way. The Jezebel spirit is everywhere, So if you're somebody who you want woman that's going to, uplift you, because women can be very positive in your life. I say what I say about women, but it's, it can get misconstrued. But just know, I know the role of a woman, and a woman is very important, but right now they're being taken out of their role, and they're women follow power, right? So right now the people in power aren't enforcing, certain laws where, men can be the head of households and men can move with order. So women follow power. So they're not going to follow what the Bible says. They're not going to follow, what is just the right thing to do. They're going to follow whatever power is doing. However the powerful men live, whatever lifestyle they live, that's how these women want to live. And the powerful men, the men with money, the mighty men, they live a bachelor's lifestyle, right? They live a party, free-flowing lifestyle, right? And like I said, women follow power. So they get around these men, they go to these parties, this, that, and the third, and they get exposed to the lifestyle, right? And this lifestyle starts early for a lot of women these days, especially nowadays, but it's been like this, it's just an overly sexualized society. So when you got that, bro, like, it's just turned into lust, that's all it's come down to, bro. It's just turned into lust, bro. You're not getting any pure woman. The majority of women, once they get to a certain age, ran through, so it's like, you're not getting anything pure. You're going to be getting a bunch of soul ties attached to her. And, she's going to be thinking of other dudes while she's with you. And she's going to be comparing shit you do to the last nigga and all this bullshit, bro. That's what happens when you get with a broad that got soul ties, So when you have that, it makes it hard to really build an attachment with these women because, first of all, they got all this baggage that they're bringing into the relationship, unwarranted baggage that you didn't cause. You're dealing with traumas from other men that she's dealt with. She's bringing to your situation, right? She's not treating you, like she treated those dudes when she first met them. You get in the you get in the strict treatment, So when you got that, bro, and it's hard, and you're going out here and you're trying to meet women and you're trying to, get things somewhere, and you see they all have the same mindset. Like I said, or like I'm going to say, if you're willing to tolerate that, then there's plenty out there. If you're willing to tolerate, your girl going on girls trips and your girl being out all night, your girl doing whatever she wants, right? Because that's how the majority of these women move. They should be able to do whatever they want. A man can't tell them nothing. A man can't set boundaries. There can't be healthy boundaries, right? If a man wants to set healthy boundaries, he's insecure. If a man wants to set healthy boundaries, he's being controlling. If a man wants to set healthy boundaries, he doesn't like women, right? Women are taught that men should set no standards, that she should set all the standards, that she should be leading things. But naturally, intuitively, they don't want to be with they don't want to be with a man that's not leading them, right? That's even if they desire to have a man that they're going to lead, they're going to get to the position where they're leading that man and that man is worshiping them, and they're going to lose respect for that man, right? Once the chase is done, once she got you, right, now she starts losing respect because you're not in the position of a man, and she's not in the position of a woman, right? So it's like, you got this game where it tells you to chase and where it tells you to play the woman's game, and it tells you the woman has all the leverage and you should do whatever a woman says and you should do anything to make the woman happy. You should go out your way. You should empty your pockets, whatever you got to do. You should lay down the red carpet, do it all. Bow down. It tells you you should bow down to your helpmeet, right? That's what this culture is taught. So the majority of women, right, they feel like they're above the men that they're dealing with, right? And when you're a man and you know your position, like within history and biblically and just genetically as a man, you know, that's not going to sit right with you. And all that leaves you with is lust. All that leaves you with is the decision of, all right, do I just get my rocks off and, you know, play it cool with shorty until things blow over? Or do I just end it now because I see this isn't going anywhere, you know? You get stuck with that. You get stuck with lust or discipline, right? No love, just lust or discipline. Are you going to be lustful and indulge, right? And we all human. We're going to be lustful and indulge here and there, especially depending on who we're talking about, right? Depending on how bad she is, right? Or you're going to be disciplined, right? And just move on when you see the red flags. See, most of us, you know, I don't know. I can only speak for me, but it's hard to move on when you see the red flags sometimes, you know. But the more you go through shit and the more you go through the same cycles, you just get tired of the same old bullshit, bro. You know? So it's like, I don't know, man. Like I said, bro, the shit's watered down, you know? That's the best way to put it. Like, the whole dating shit, bro, it's like the same old shit over and over again, bro. You know, you just indulge out of boredom at this point, but it's like, damn, that takes the spark out of it, bro. It's like, damn, this is just something I do when I'm bored. This is just something I do when I'm horny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it was before. Like, you wake up excited about it. It's like, you know, the optimism is gone. It's like you already know what it is, you know? And that's kind of how everything feels. You know, I'm talking about dating, but that's how everything feels, bro. The optimism is gone, you know. Expectations have been lowered. You expect things to not be good these days. You'll be surprised if things is half decent. That's how low our expectations are. When was the last time you got real excited for an artist to drop and they really delivered? They really dropped some heat, right? How many flops have we been seeing as far as movies, as far as artists, as far as everything? How tired are we of hearing the same ratchet, low vibrational twerk music? Isn't it getting played? I know it's it's been played out for me for a while. But I see it's getting played out for a lot more people, bro. It's not resonating as much, right? People are searching for substance now, right? Because people are tired of being fed the same lies, the same fake shit, the same bullshit, the same watered down BS, bro. People are tired of it, bro. You know? And I think something's gonna give, man. Like, there's clearly a shift in consciousness. People aren't going along like they used to with shit. And people just want something that's real, bro. Point blank, period. That's the only transition to me, right? When people raise in consciousness like this, the only way you can transition is bringing something real, bringing something people will respect, because people are going to stop supporting a lot of this stuff, bro. You know, especially as they bring in more and more of this AI shit, people are going to stop supporting a lot of this shit, bro, because it's going to become robotic, it's going to become soulless, it's going to become predictable. But who knows? Who am I? I'm just, Richawd giving y'all the blues. But one last thing. Everybody would be coming to my channel like, oh, why is it so negative? Oh, why do you talk about this? Bro, do y'all people go in artist comment sections when they making a song and they got the blues and it may be a sad type of song, but it's a banger? Do y'all go in the comment section saying, oh, why the sad music? We need more positive music. We need more this. We need more that. Right? Do you listen to blues and get mad? What? Do you listen to blues and get mad at the blues artists for singing blues when that's the genre, when that's what you came for, when that's what the title says? You went to the theaters outside. You know how they got the big lights with the show times. At least the old school theaters used to have. You see they're playing blues. What is blues? Music that is about feeling down, right? But blues is resonated with. Why? Because it's real. Right now, there's so much fake shit going on. That's why you see so much doomerism, because this world done gave niggas the blues. Right? This just the genre right now. This how we getting through it. That's how black people got through slavery. That's how black people got through so much shit. That's where the blues came from. Black people originated that shit. Right? They was going through shit, being enslaved, and they just started singing and shit, right? Turned into blues. It was relatable. It was felt because it was real. You can feel the emotion in their voice when they spoke, right? So that's just how I see what I do over here. You can call it the YouTube blues. I'm giving y'all the blues about the world, but the irony of listening to blues, though it may be sad, though it may trigger some emotions, it makes you feel good afterwards. It helps you get through. It helps you live to fight another day. So that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help as many people live to fight another day, and I'm trying to help myself live to fight another day by talking about what's real, talking about the vulnerable topics and the sensitive topics that is affecting the world and that is affecting people, so people can get through it, right? If it ain't your cup of tea, like I said, you can leave. No problem, no issue. I won't beg you to come back. I won't beg you to stay, right? But if you here, you're going to experience whatever I'm experiencing, whatever I'm feeling is going to be felt. Peace.